Welcome to part 5 of the ClaimExpress training series. In this video, we'll show you how to collect in ClaimExpress, so making deposits and collecting payments in the ClaimExpress system. First, you're going to go to www.claimexpress.com. Then you'll log into your account. And only company and branch admins have this access right to go in and deal with the payments in ClaimExpress. So you'll want to make sure that you're one of those users. You can also be a bookkeeper in this system. So first we're going to go into our accounts receivable. Well, first we'll go into final paperwork. In our last video, we completed a project, and it was the Blair project, which was the PID of 1018-001. So since we completed that project, see here in the project list, we can see the status is closed, which means that we verified our material and labor orders, so the job is complete. So we can go into final paperwork and verify that the final paperwork has been done, which basically means that we've printed the report and we're ready to do the final paperwork with the warranty papers and the sign off on the homeowner with the statement of completion. So we're going to go ahead and mark that we've already done this for this project. And we can enter in a short comment about the final paperwork, like homeowner will be sending in a testimonial. And then mark final paperwork as done. So that completes our final paperwork. Now we want to go back into final paperwork, and you'll notice that there's two more tabs up here. Verify the insurance company and verify the mortgage company. So if we click on the verify insurance company, we'll see that our project is here. And under the action drop list, we can click verify. What the verify insurance company and mortgage company is for roofing companies that deal with insurance claims and have to deal with mortgage companies as well. So what we do is once the paperwork is done and you have to send in the final invoice to the insurance company and mortgage company, we have the tabs up here so that you can keep track of it. Oftentimes when you send in the final paperwork, it gets lost, and you always have to call the insurance company and mortgage company to make sure that they received your paperwork. So this is a way for you to keep track of that. If you come to the verify insurance company, we can go into verify for our job or our project. And it's a way for you to input the notes for it, saying who you spoke to, what time you spoke to them, and what your conversation was about. So this is a way for you to just keep track of when you called them, what their contact information was, so that you can hold them accountable for getting that check-in. So we'll just click Save for the Verify Insurance Company and say that we spoke to the insurance company. Then we'll go back to Final Paperwork. And we'll do the same for the Verify Mortgage Company. Here you'll see our project, Blair, and we'll go into Verify. And we'll say that we spoke to someone at the mortgage company and they're getting our check to us. And click Save. So now we've verified that the insurance company and mortgage company has received the final paperwork. Now we'll want to go into accounts receivable once you receive the check. So now we can see that our project Blair, since it is closed, shows up in the accounts receivable as being ready to be collected. Here we have a selling price of $4,000 and $4,010. And so we're ready to be collecting on it. It shows you the aging date, And in the accounts receivable, you can actually see the total number of projects. So this is really handy for your accountants in your office. They can see the number of projects that are ready to be collected, the total selling price, the payments we've received on them, the balance due on them, the percent closed, the percent collected, and you can see the aging process. So you can see the amount of money owed that's in 0 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, 61 to 90 days, and over 90 days. So obviously, if you have balances due over 90 days, you're going to want to take action on those. So it's a good way to view the overall scope of your branch location. And again, only company branch administrators, and bookkeepers can see this information. Salesmen cannot see all of this. So we want to go in and say that we received a first check for this Blair project, which is PID 1018-001. So I'm going to go into this action drop list over here and click that I've received a payment. And I'm going to define that payment. I'm going to say it was a check. And I received it on the 7th. And it was $2,000. And you can click whether it was a final check or not. I'm going to say no, it was not a final payment. Click save. Oh, there we go. And so now if you look at the Blair project, it shows that the selling price was $4,010 and the jobs are closed for it, and that we've received $2,000 in payments, so that the balance due is $2,010. So we're going to say that we received our second check now. And so we'll go into payment, put the day that we received it, and put $2,010. And we're going to go ahead and mark this as a final payment and click save. Now you can see that the Blair project is complete and we've received all of the payments for it, and we have a zero balance due. So now we're going to go into payments. So we've already posted these payments, and if we go into the payments tab up here, we can see that the last two payments received were for this Blair that we just input, and that it was a check, and it was we have the payment date and how much they were, and whether or not the amount was final. So when you're in the payments tab, you can check off the payments you received and click on the button below that says create deposit for checked payments. What this basically does is it's a way to keep up with the payments you've received. If you have more than one branch location and your accountants are in one office, but you have a location in another office, then that office is going to be receiving checks and having to mail or FedEx the checks back to the accountants. So when an office receives a check, they can go in and create the payment saying that they've received it. And then when the accountant gets the check in the mail, they can come in and check off that they've received a check and click create deposit when they're ready to deposit the check. So it's a way to keep up with your checks as far as mailing them back and forth and making sure you don't lose track of them. So we're going to check off the project Blair, the checks that we've received, and we're going to create a deposit for the checked payments. And so here we can see that we're about to create a deposit, and we'll click Make Deposit Now. So now we've made a deposit, so we can go into Deposits and see that two deposits were made on this date and by this person. So now we can go in and do what we call a cap out. A cap out basically means that everything for the job is complete, there's no more work to be done, all of the final paperwork is complete, the homeowner is satisfied, and we've received all of the payments for that job. So now, once the checks are deposited, the job is ready to be capped out, meaning that we're ready to pay the commissions to the salesman. So we'll go into My Money. And again, only company administrators, company branch administrators, and bookkeepers have access to all of this. So we'll go to the Completed tab and see that our project, Blair, is complete. And over on the far right, you can see an orange word that says cap. If we click on this, we can cap out the job. But before we do that, I'm going to show you what's in this list. We'll see that it's the project Blair, that the project is complete, and that the sales rep on this project was Chris Sales. We'll see the selling price, the material price, and the labor order price. We'll see the gross profit percent, and how much we need to pay our sales rep based on his pay plan in this branch location. So we're going to go ahead and click cap. And this is where the accountant would enter in the actual number that we receive for each of these items. So the selling price, it shows the estimated selling price of what the sales rep entered in. It shows the actual selling price of what the actual amount we received was. And then the accounting can go ahead and enter in numbers as well for this. So you'll just want to verify that these payments were actually what they were and nothing changed. Okay, and we'll put the actual net profit was $2,061. And then you'll go in and verify how much you want to pay Chris Sales. So say his say his pay plan is set where he would receive $200.50, but maybe he did something extra and you'll want to pay him more. This is where you would go in and put actually how much you want to pay him so that the system keeps records of that. And if there was another sales rep, you can go ahead and add in a payment there as well for him. So we're just going to say that he did receive the $200.50 and click continue and save. Now this job is successfully capped out and it's complete. Thank you for watching part 5 of the ClaimExpress video. In the next video, we're going to show you around the reports, which are a really neat feature, so go ahead and watch that video. Thank you.